Reyna gazed out at the towering vista of Citadel City, its monolithic towers scraping angrily at the smog-choked sky. Somewhere amid that vast urban labyrinth, her daughter was lost to her, taken by the Department of Family Values, who deemed Reyna an unfit parent for questioning authorities' decrees. Such was the price of dissent in a world where government and truth were one and the same. The department enforced pre-approved narratives not just with propaganda, but by purging and silencing those who challenged the official doctrine. They claimed it was necessary medicine for the people's own good. Reyna knew the real reason behind her daughter's disappearance: retaliation for her private investigations into the uprising of '79. The failed rebellion brutally extinguished from public memory, any evidence destroyed. But whispers persisted if you knew where to listen. The department accused the uprising anarchists of terrorist violence that threatened the social order. But Reyna uncovered classified accounts of the rebels pushing non-violent reform before authority reacted with lethal force. Yet now this inconvenient history was buried for stability. The department excused its ruthlessness as the only means to protect citizens from dangerous facts. They censored and manipulated not out of self-interest, but benevolence. After all, knowledge bred discontent. So they protected the populace through information control, sacrificing truth on the altar of compliance. Those like Reyna who challenged the deception disappeared for the greater good. She shuddered, imagining her daughter subjected to merciless reconditioning in some black site, personality scrubbed and replaced, a final punishment for Reyna's transgressions. But she would not break. She would play the part of a compliant citizen, while continuing to quietly probe the concealed past for any remaining cracks. If even one sliver of truth slipped through, it could provide the spark, the pivot point to change the course of their sterile, manufactured present. A chance to awaken people kept prisoner by the necessary deceptions of authority. She would keep fighting from the shadows, no matter the personal cost. Most now took the department's official narrative as gospel, but Reyna knew one day their myth of benevolence would come crashing down, and the seeds of truth she planted might finally bloom. For a brief shining moment, freedom seemed near at hand, but authority cracked down viciously, violently suppressing the protests and unrest they bred through decades of deception. They claimed it was necessary to maintain order and stability, but the people had witnessed the truth about authorities' past atrocities. This knowledge could not be put back in the bottle. It fueled the spread of further dissent against the government's lies used to control the population. In the face of the protests, Reyna felt hope bloom that truth could spark real change through non-violent revolution. Positive change in service of human dignity and freedom, not authorities' mandated compliance. Reyna wished to address the growing protests directly, to tell them that their stories could not be erased anymore, that the department's singular vision of truth would no longer hold them prisoner, and to voice her belief this was only the beginning. But she knew that would mean swift elimination by authorities' forces. Instead, she helped anonymously online, assisting the movement where she could. She never learned what became of the daughter taken from her years ago for Reyna's transgressions against authorities' prescribed narratives. But she found solace knowing her personal loss had been dwarfed by the chance to spark something that outlived them both, a societal awakening to the lies used to control them.